we're talking bloody 28 years later. They skipped over months, just went right to years. They missed that window, didn't they? I was explaining to the wife, I was like, there's 28 days later, then weeks, and then it goes to years. And she's like, well, what about months? I was like, oh yeah, let me phone up Danny Boyle and ask him. I don't know. Star-studded cast. And by star-studded, I mean a couple of stars and other people.
There's two people I recognize,
We got Aaron Taylor and his Johnson.
Sure.
We got Ralph and his Fiennes, of which there are many.
He is fine.
Mm-hmm. I know it's Rafe. Stupid name. I'm just calling him
Rafe?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Funny enough, that one Disney movie, Wreck-It Rafe, you seen that?
Very good. Well done. Surprisingly enough, it takes place, let's see, let me check my notes. 28 years later after the 28 days later, and 28 years since the first one. Is that right? That sound right? Since the first movie?
Years since the first?
Since the first movie? Is that right?
No,
like
right? In real life?
In real life? Is that right?
The first movie came out in 2003, you moron.
Look it up.
I don't know if you've done algebra.
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. When did the first one come out?
It's 2003, I'm pretty sure.
Look it up, bookworm.
Why are you making me look up your problem here?
Hold on, since it's my problem.
I'm disagreeing. It's your thing. You have to prove.
Oh, I was off by a few years.
Was it 2003?
No, it's 2002. We were both wrong. One of which, one was more wrong than the other. Just only slightly.
Yeah,
anyway.
What's next? You're going to tell me the second one came out 28 weeks after 2002?
Listen, they flew into production after that.
That was 2007, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm too lazy to look it up again. I don't want to be proven wrong further. Well, Chris, how did you like it, and how would you rank it among the other 28 movies?
I didn't like it.
So
I loved it.
Oh, you pulled a me. Oh.
I pulled a you. Did you not just love it?
Did you not just love it?
Got me, Christopher. Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
I thought it was better than all three. I thought it was hands above. Honestly, I think it might be my favorite movie of the year.
Really? Okay.
I don't know if I'm crazy here, but like as I'm watching the whole time, I'm like, this is really good. Gets the heart pounding, which for me, my heart's like the Grinch here, 8 times too small or whatever, but it gets pounding. There's some scenes where they're getting chased and such where I'm like, oh, come on, run faster, don't fall down, you idiot. Keep going. It adds a lot more. There's new twists and turns to this compared to the other ones. And most importantly, visually, it looks way better.
You can't count the pixels, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you can't count the pixels.
Yeah.
But it still has a lot of similarities to the other ones. It's more like a remaster because they still use the same song in each one.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I'm going to say,
let's go. I liked it.
How about you, Steve?
Yeah, I really liked it too. Right there with you. Best of the three. If I would have seen 28 Days and Weeks like live, and had kind of more affinity for it, it might have been higher on my list. Because like 28 Days really changed the genre of zombies, It did something new with it. And this one was much more digestible, easier to watch than the other two, if I remember. There's a lot to like about it, and I do have some cons that I'd like to get into, but I'd say it's a fun theater watch. It's tense. You got to be in a dark room, and you got to be scared. It's a great setting for a theater watch. Yeah, I'd say go out and see it if you're keen, but you want to dive into some spoilies here?
You got the fat zombies that crawl. You got the guy from Dune.
Oh, Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah, you got him crawling over on the ground.
If I may, Christopher, I take offense to that. You know why?
What? Why?
I feel like there was some underlying commentary, if I'm frank. Because if you notice, all the fat ones who were crawling around, they all shared one ethnicity.
White?
They were all Asians.
All Asians?
Oh, every one of them. They're just all Asians. Yeah.
So were the fast ones Kenyan track runners? What are you talking here?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Anyway, if anyone else saw that, maybe it was just me. Maybe because I looked through the lens of race and everything, but
I don't see I don't see race.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, keep going. Yeah, the
so
fat
you got
ones.
these new guys, and they're crawling, but I guess they're just like got stealth level 99 or something.
Yeah.
Because somehow you don't hear these like 400-pound blubbery things.
It happens
just, like,
a couple
crawling.
of times in the movie, yeah.
And then you find out there's alphas now, which are big. And they're smarter.
A couple of Andrew Tates running around.
Yes, yep. They're out there. They're eating creatine, snorting pre-workout here.
Yeah. Let's go into some cons. Some of the worst deer CG I've ever seen in my life.
You don't like that, huh? Well, if you want to see worse, go watch The Ring 2.
Oh, Somehow I knew you were going to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have like a herd of deer, and it looks really bad. Like you can look, they all look the exact same running animation. It's only for a couple shots, but yeah, that was bad. I feel like the tone was a bit inconsistent, if I may be critical, because the first like 40, 50 minutes, awesome. You know, I love that, seeing their little establishment, seeing how their little ground rules, everyone's got a role. I love the island bit, and I love the sense of community there, like everyone takes care of each other. Sidebar, that's what we're missing in the world, Chris. There's no community. There's no community anymore. I don't even know my neighbors' names.
Hot one today, huh?
Anyway, so
Yeah. It's me neither.
yeah, I like that bit where you have him, Aaron Taylor Johnson, teaching his son. It's so good at establishing that you need to be scared of the mainland. Props to, well, I thought it was the trailer people who came up with the Rudyard Kipling's boots thing, but that's in the movie. And it just enhances to the creepiness and like the fact that you got to be scared of the mainland because they're going to, walking across it and that's playing and you can feel the tension rising. And just that like gets my heart going because you're like, at any moment, anything can happen. So it establishes like, oh yeah, this is great. But that's kind of foregone, and it doesn't keep that same feeling kind of the second half because that craziness is established. But then it's like, oh, this kid can just walk around with his mom.
Yeah.
And
they're not like creeping around. They're like
they're
talking
just
pretty loud.
in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. So that was slightly frustrating to me. You either are on board or you're not with the ending. Power Rangers, it felt like a fever dream because when they came out, I don't talk in movies. Like I'm quiet as a church mouse, but when that happened, I was like, what?
Yeah, that's
Like I was like, did he eat bad fish or something? Like, what is this?
and they're doing like 15-foot in the air backflips and choking them with the chain while the other one's like putting a bag over their head. Like they get off on the violence of the zombies.
Yeah.
Here. I'm not crazy, right? One of them did like a 15-foot
No, yeah.
backflip, right?
They were doing like a backflip gainer and like it was fun, but I was like, where did this come from? Like nowhere did this establish.
They're doing the sequel. It comes out in January, actually. They were actually smart and filmed them back to back.
Oh, that's so nice. Do you know what the second one's going to be called?
It's 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
That seems like a DLC.
But it's got Cillian.
Oh,
He's coming
really?
back.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. I love me some Cillian. Too much zombie dong. To be fair,
I mean, I wouldn't say too much.
any amount of
I
zombie
thought it
dong
was
is too
the
much
perfect amount of
perfect
zombie dong.
Far and away the most expensive shot of the movie, but it was integral to the story.
I like to see my zombie dong on my terms, Christopher. I don't want it just sprung up on me, if you know what I mean.
I'll meet you halfway. Too much flaccid zombie dong.
Well done. Yes.
But I got some pros here.
Shoot.
I think these are my favorite zombies.
Yes.
Because The Walking Dead, they're slow.
Mm-hmm.
And then like most other ones, even like Zombieland or World War Z and those, like I feel like they take a little while to get infected versus this one, it's just like instant and they're savages.
They're much scarier. You got World War Z, and it's not the quantity, at least for me. I don't need to see a whole bunch of CGI zombies stacking up on each other. This one's so much more effective because you see individually, they're terrifying. And then you got the Alpha, you got the Liver King, who is like, could run 100-meter dash in 0.2 seconds, And so I think that's much more effective. They're way cooler too.
Love the Alpha edition.
Yeah.
Made it a lot creepier. You don't really assume anyone's safe. There's a scene where Alpha, to just show him running, and Ralph Fiennes and Spike, they jump down, they're hiding this thing, and they're hiding underneath the bars, and Alpha's trying to get that baby / kill them. And it like breaks through and it's grabbed Ralph Fiennes. You're like thinking, oh, it was fun while it lasted, you're gone. And then he ended up saving him with the little pen thing. But like stuff like that, it's more intense because I'm like, I thought he was dead, I just assumed he was a goner. They do a lot of those scenes where it'll cut to red vision of the zombies beforehand, like ripping apart the animal and such, which if you got a weak stomach like Steve here, you're probably scared out of your mind. This is repulsive.
My boots were looser because I was shivering in them so much, Christopher.
I really like that. Overall, simple story, but very effective, I'd say.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the first half, really great. I love the established world. I love that it feels lived in and that, the rules and everything are great. Aaron Taylor Johnson's really good. I think my favorite actor in this is probably Ralphie and his Fiennes.
Yeah.
He should have been more in this. And if he's in the second one, That would be awesome. His whole character is just so fascinating because, yeah, you're like, oh, this guy's a crazy, kooky old doctor. And then when you meet him, you're like, oh, actually, he's like nice, you know? They don't really tell you why. Like he started doing all this, well, maybe like the, remember death or whatever. There's so much to his character where, I don't know, it's just interesting that he's different than the rest and he plays it so well. The Bone Temple is really cool. I love that kind of imagery. I assume it looked like it was made in real life. It didn't look fake or anything.
They had to get 500 extras that are like, what are you willing to do to get in this movie?
Are you willing to end your life? Yeah.
Come on, man! Nobody lives forever!
No, I love that. It looks so cool, and I love that section with him and how nice he was to the mom and the boy. I probably won't watch this ever again because my wife hates horror movies, but there'll be a lot of scenes I watch on YouTube. And again, if you want to see it in theaters, I would highly recommend it. So I think that's all I got.
Yeah, my wife, I thought she'd like it because she loves zombie movies, but she hated it.
Oh.
She was like, this was the worst of them all. This is so boring.
How?
And I was worried. I was like, am I crazy? Because the whole time I'm like, I think this might be my favorite movie. Again, it might, I'm recently by. We'll see how it goes in a few months. But as I'm watching, like, this is way better than the others. This might be my favorite zombie movie of all time. This is intense. I love this. But everything else, she hated it. She's like, it's so boring. I'm never going to watch this again. How did you like this? What's wrong with you? I think we should end things. She was not a fan. So let me know if we're crazy or if you liked it as well.
Thanks for watching these highlights of our episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. If you want to listen to the full episode, check out the links in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe, and if you do that with your favorite YouTuber, I'm sure they would appreciate it too. Thanks, and have a great day.